Hi guys and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Ruka.
And Big Boy Summer here bringing you a Let's Talk on how not to summon the Demon Lord Omega.
So I will say that this season I thought was a lot different to season 1. With season 1 I felt like there was more of a progressive story, whereas this one, it did have a progressive story but it kind of felt more disjointed. It might have been with the constant adding and taking away of characters like every episode, but I'm not sure. Did you get the same vibe or did you not?
I got the vibe that it wasn't really a show that had a storyline that it knew about. It didn't really know what it was doing. All it knew is that it was an escort mission to go from one place and bring them back. That was it. And then I feel like in the design room they were like, what can we throw here? Every episode, and just started throwing stuff because the mission itself was nonsense. The start of the mission was an accident, and then for some reason the person you're supposed to escort is calling you God. You tell them that you're not God, they're not believing you, and they're asking you for help even though you have no affiliation and your own things to do. You're summoned from a different world, you got stuff to do. That's the vibe I got.
Yeah, I understand now why the trailer was the way that it was. You know, when we watched the trailer and was like, it's not really giving us anything. Like, we didn't know what to expect.
Yep.
And I think we can see why now.
Because there was nothing to give.
The episodes were actually forgettable. We actually ended up watching 2 or 3 episodes again halfway through because we didn't even remember anything that had happened.
Do you know what? He fought himself, or the analog of himself in this world. And do you remember the fight?
Which one?
Yeah, exactly. The one where he fought the actual Demon Lord Diablo. I don't think you do. The one thing I remember from that fight is the fact that he killed the healer first. And that's because he said it.
I feel like this season just really desperately wanted to be a hentai, but they didn't even have the skills to make it that.
Okay, so we both watched Naruto, right?
Yeah, of course. Who has not watched Naruto? Leave!
Hey.
No, okay, I'm joking. I'm joking.
You don't get.
I'm joking, man.
Okay, so we've watched Naruto, right? Okay, in Naruto had this jutsu, for people who don't know, called Sexy Jutsu.
Yes.
That was a better version of fan service than the constant bombardment of boobies that I got in this show.
Yeah.
And I like boobies. No cap. It was gratuitous and it was unnecessary. And there's a way to do it where it's passable or forgivable. This was unforgivable because you gave me nothing. How could you give me a good, compelling storyline with a hair trigger actual Demon Lord in the actual first season and then give me no progression here? I wanted to see the Demon Lord.
So a question for you guys, why don't you leave this in the comments? Does too much fan service ruin an anime for you guys, or is it just us over here? I'm actually curious to know whether it's a shared experience. Oh, this was just too much. And I think that what made it too much wasn't just the bouncy boobs, but it was the little things that they were doing that were just disgusting. For instance, I feel like Rem, they drew her younger in this season.
Yeah. Younger
than season 1. And then you had Horn who came on and they were trying to over-sexualize her and she looks like she's 8 years old. And then you've got the whole, she had the Holy Grail and peed in it, and the person inside it said how yummy it was. There were just so many things that it was just going too far, like just going over the limits, over my limits.
And then they made Shera stupid. So the first season, yes, she was voluptuous, she was sexualized, she was bouncy,
yeah,
but she wasn't dumb. She had skills, she used her elf magic all the time, she was royalty from elf, like the elf kingdom. She was an archer. I didn't see a liquor bolt off once.
She just literally nothing. She did.
Okay, I know. Okay, that's a lie.
But most of the time, she just jumps up and down and just has those things.
And put sausages in her mouth. Don't forget that.
So what was mostly bothering me was how all of these women are just basically begging to be a helpless possession, regardless of how strong they are. And I can't even call it sexism because the anime actually makes a mockery of both genders. They have got Diablo, who they make this connection with male virginity and stupidity and incompetence, which is ridiculous. So you had Laminitas, is that her name? Laminitas, who was like all over him, and she basically said, you know, this is going to be the best you've ever had, and she's also thrusting herself all over him, and he's like, what does that mean? What's going on? Like, seriously, just because you're a virgin doesn't mean that you are so freaking stupid that you don't understand. Not only was she doing that, they made an indication he was also being touched in his nether regions. So what part of that did you not get? You didn't get any of it.
Well,
yeah, when your AI robot is like bent over, you get it then. What's going on? And all the males are really creepy. They're disgusting. Like, you've got Shera's brother, who is just like, no gender has it good here. Are you getting that as well, or is that just me?
I got a lot of what you said, and on top of that, I mean, I guess it makes it fair, sort of. But I didn't like the forced touchings that was going on, because he was clearly uncomfortable, and she was all over him, to the point where he had to run away from that situation. Had the roles been reversed, we would clearly see a problem there. And then also the next thing that you touched upon, where the robot is asking him for contact so that she can get replenished, which we already saw in the first season. That's how he replenishes his MP, but not through, you know, sockets or whatever. Bruv, how is that needed? Like, do you get what I mean? I just want a good story. Just give me a good story. Like the first one, yeah, there was lots of fan service, but the story was good. I loved it. Alicia was an amazing character in the first season because she did that double backflip, trip 180, and she was one of the bad guys. And now she's a masochist sort of rich woman. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, they made everyone dumber and younger, and I wasn't here for it.
I get what you're saying about the whole, if the roles were reversed between the guys and everything, but again, that leads itself to what I was saying as well, with them trying to basically make a mockery of male virginity.
Yeah, 100%.
It's just, I didn't enjoy it. I hope they don't do a third season, because it looks like if they will, it's going to be all about a quest to find a wedding ring.
Well, it won't be a third season, I don't think. I think.
Please no.
I think this was a special, and then it'll be a season 2.
Just let it go. Just let it go. So guys, let us know what you think in the comments.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Peace.